Today, we're going to explore how Wrk can do business process automation faster and more efficiently than other automation providers. I am going to use an account payable process as an example, but the concept applies to almost any business process. In a typical account payable process, an organization will receive invoices by email, and the aim is to take the information from the invoice and send it to an accounting software. On the Wrk platform, we're going to use an action to grab emails from an inbox and send it to QuickBooks as an example. This is a very basic process of moving data from one place to another, and there are tons of off-the-shelf tools that can do that. However, this is not very helpful, as the information in the invoice, such as vendor name, line items, or invoice total, are not being captured, and you're only getting the invoice file, such as a PDF file, which is not useful at all. We need an OCR tool to extract that information from the invoice, and there are plenty of OCR tools out there. We would have to purchase a separate license and connect all the pieces together. With Wrk, this step can be done quickly, and all licensing and integration is included in our offering. This is what it would look like on our platform. This is still a simple process, but most of the off-the-shelf solutions will stumble already and will require integration effort, but let's continue. Now that we have the invoice data from OCR, we can send that information to QuickBooks, but we would have to apply some basic matching rules, such as vendor name, when it's not always an exact match from the invoice to your accounting software. Or it could be some other business rules that only applies to your industry. And with different invoice format, this is not an easy task, as we would need custom code for all the different formats. We can build those custom business rules in our workflow using conditions, but we can also leverage the capability of AI to absorb all the information in an invoice and match them with your accounting. We're going to use ChatGPT for this example. With this, we just added yet another tool that would have required a separate license and integration effort, but not with Wrk. There is usually an approval process that is needed for each invoice that is received. Let's build this right into our workflow here. Let's say we want to use Slack to get an approval before we send it to QBO. We would simply add that step right into our workflow like this. We can also handle exception by sending an email or any message, so it can be looked at by person. Our workflow is now looking like a real-life account payable process. So far, we have used tools that are fairly easy to connect to because they come with APIs. However, if one of your applications sit on a desktop environment or doesn't have an API, you will need to use a technology called Robotic Process Automation, or RPA for short. RPA mimics human interaction with the application. RPA licensing is generally expensive and resource-intensive to implement, but not with Wrk. In this example, let's replace QBO with a desktop application that requires RPA to automate. We can do this right here by using an RPA action. With this, we have built a typical account payable automation process that could have taken weeks to achieve. This example represents a typical journey to automate a business process. Every organization has their own custom rules, and when you start unpacking your process, you will realize that you will need multiple tools and put in time and resources to achieve what initially seems like a simple process to automate. At Wrk, we will work with you to map your business process into our automation tool. You can focus on your business while we take care of automating your processes.